Hello everyone, welcome back to a slightly chilly workshop here at Rathbone Manor. In a lot of my videos from here in the workshop, a lot of you will have noticed that I make a lot of use of this little record imp number 80 vice here. This used to belong to my father back in the day, and I was rather lucky to be able to get it from him just before he passed away. It just clamps on to the bench, as you can see here. It's quite a nice little thing. He would never let me use it back in the day when I was young, because it's got this little anvil on it right here, and he always used to say that if you was to hit it with a hammer, it would probably explode, you know, just shatter the thing. But I've used it quite a bit and I haven't found it shattering at all. As you can see, it's still in one piece. I think it's a lot stronger than Father gave it credit, to be honest with you. It's quite a nice little thing. This is only a small little vice. How wide are the jaws? Let's have a look. Use a tape measure instead. And we're looking at 2¼ inches, or about 56mm width. This isn't the only vice my late father had. If I remember rightly, he had a record number 1, which very strangely vanished out of his garage just before he passed away, and I was rather annoyed at that, because I would have liked to have had that vice. But anyway, that's how things go. But a couple of years ago now, I went to the car boot sale and I found a record number 1, and here it is. It didn't look like this when I first got it. Here's what it looked like when I first got it. Quite rusty, not very nice looking at all. And so the last week I have spent cleaning this up. In fact, I published a photo of my working on it just the other day on the YouTube channel there. But let's have a look at it, shall we, guys? Nicely clean and shiny handle on it now. I've also cleaned the jaws up, shined, as you can see, look, shined it here. In fact, I've been doing this afternoon, had this all on the wire wheel and what have you. And I've almost got a mirror finish going on here, look. Not bad at all, really. Not quite so shiny, not quite a mirror finish just there, but it's certainly a lot better than when I first got it. It wouldn't work when I first got it because it didn't have a spring under here. There was a spring just here that was completely missing, so it wouldn't run properly, and these were rusty, as were the other little guides. So what I've done is I've made up 2 little spaces here, and I managed to find a spring which was very similar to this one here at work, and I've just chopped the little small pieces off the end. So it fits over the shaft here, and now it runs very nicely indeed. It's very smooth, and unlike when I first got it, it actually brings the jaw along with it. When I first got it, because there was no spring or anything in there to bring the jaw back, the handle here would just come out by itself. But that is really smooth now. It's very nice indeed. So basically all I've got to do now is to bolt it to my little workbench here, and I'll be able to use it. It's quite a solid and very nice little vice. I haven't given it a 100% clean up because that's not what I wanted to do, to be honest with you. I just wanted it to look like my late father's one, which was slightly used but yet clean and not rusty. This one was, as you've seen from the picture, quite rusty and not working at all. And basically, as I remember it, this is what my late father's vice looked like, just like this, with a slightly used air about it, but still intact and still working. And I would love to know where it disappeared off to, because I'm sure whoever took it shouldn't have had it, to be honest with you. But, you know, that's how things go, isn't it? So, unfortunately. And, well, I found this one very nicely at the car boot sale a couple of years ago, and finally got round to sorting it out. So now all I've got to do is mount it on my bench. I have already marked the bench out where I want the vice to go. You can see there's 3 little red marks there. So I'm going to have to drill some holes there and find the relevant size bolts and bolts my new vise in place. Taking a bit of a closer look, we have record, the model number 1 there, and we have oil collar, it says just here, because there's a little collar that's trapped in here that the thread of this handle runs through to pull the dynamic jaw backwards and forwards. So you just put your oil can in there and give it a few squirts onto the thread, and it will oil the little collar in there. Around the other side of the vise we have made in England, and it's quite a hefty little vise too. I had to clean the jaws up. The jaws were a little bit rusty and slightly grubby too. I don't know what somebody had got in there, but it certainly took some getting out. Leaving it in vinegar for a good few days took the rust off, but I had to use an exceptionally hard wire wheel to get the rubbish out the little teeth here. It was almost like some sort of adhesive in here. The only thing I forgot to do this afternoon is to polish up the screws. Never mind, but yeah, so as I say, we've almost got mirror finish going on there, look, but it's a lot nicer than it was. So as I say, next up I'm going to have to mount it onto my bench so that I can actually make use of it. So there we go then, boys and girls, a quick look at my record number 1 vise. I can't wait to get it actually in position so I can start using it on my little workbench here. Okay then, thanks for popping over and taking a look at my record number 1 here. Just like my late father's. I'd love to know what happened to his original. As I say, I don't think whoever took it should have had it, to be honest with you, but that's how it goes, you know, in life sometimes. But at least I have something very similar, the same model, and I've cleaned it all up and it's all working, and now it just needs mounting onto my bench. Alright then guys, well, thanks for popping over, thanks for taking a look at my new vise here, and I'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching. Well, we'd just like to take a moment to pay tribute to my favourite James Bond actor, Sean Connery, who died last week at the age of 90. Bond, James Bond, yes.